Welcome to the back of the van. As you can see, I've got a tarpaulin up because you can't trust the British weather despite the blue skies. It has been on and off raining for the past 2 weeks and it is due to rain for the next week as well. So tarpaulin's gone up to give us a nice dry workspace. We've given the van a bit of a wash at the back, just need to get it dried now, and then we're going to cut some holes in these doors. I'm nervous, stay tuned. Just look at that, not even 5 minutes since I took that last video. That blue sky has gone and it is, well, it's not chucking it down, it's raining, and as you can hear it, I don't know if you can hear it on tarpaulin, but very glad that we've put that up, otherwise it would have been a job stopper already before we even got going. So come on, let's get to it. So here we are on the inside of the van. It is time to get cracking, getting some holes cut in these doors. Pretty nervous to do it, it's the first time I've ever done this before, but I'm confident we're going to get the job done. So it'll be a pretty bold thing to do, to just start cutting a hole in the side of the van with no experience of doing this before. So that's why I'm going to start on the doors. Very much worst case, we can replace the doors, but that is not going to happen. We are going to smash it. First thing to do, I'm going to cut through this little sort of strengthening plate, just taking the tension out of the panel, hole saw through, and just going to rough cut just to get the majority of the material out of the way. And it just means that I can measure everything and know exactly where I need to cut for the final cut. And I'll be able to see what the blade's doing from the outside, and I'll be confident that we're going to do a smashing job. So let's get to it. Nothing more to say. Safety specs on. Let's get cutting. I could do with probably warming this up to get that. Oh, there we go. Bosh. Get a hole cut, eh? Now remember, always wear your safety specs when you're doing anything with a grinder or a jigsaw or a drill, anything where you're doing metal, because if you lose your eyesight, you won't be able to watch these videos, and that it will be a damn shame. That one. Right, let's get this drilled. Should the video that from outside, really? Right. All right. That's my makeshift ear defenders, little wireless headphones, but they do the job.
Is it not big one?
Can't tell you what to listen to. What?
Is it not big one?
What? The only tools, well, I've got at the minute as well, which isn't cordless, because I don't use it very often, so going back to the 50s. Well, put some gloves on then.
Where's gloves?
I think there's some in the front of the van.
Oh, yeah. I'll just use it.
No, don't use that. Absolutely don't use that. Use anything but that. Yeah, I'll do. Here we go. We've got a hole. Sweet. So, the majority of that's out. Obviously, it's difficult to tell how much room you've got on the outside, where the window obviously sits over this internal opening. So there seems to be loads of room, but it's really difficult with this jigsaw because it's quite big. I can't get tight into any of these corners around here with it because it's fouling against the main bit of the door here. So what I'm probably going to do now is just put a load of little holes around where it needs to be, and then do it from the outside, and it's just going to be like dot to dot really, and just get it as close to where it needs to be as possible. And then anything else other than that will just be used with a grinder and a file, and then yeah, onto actually fitting it. So let's get on with it, yeah. Sweet, that's done. Let's go and mark it on the outside and then get it all jigsawed out. My glamorous assistant not going to do this drawing. Okay, done. Let's get this cut. Oh shit. Snap my blade. Could see that coming. Luckily we have more. Not many more, so we can't do that too often.
Why did that happen?
I was sort of forcing it a little bit. Getting a bit giddy trying to do it a little bit too quick. Also. The trouble is we're hitting the point where that brace was, so it's twice the thickness there, so it's just struggling to go through that a little bit. So I think what I'll do is I'll get the grinder for that bit. So there we go. That's the final finish opening size. It's just a matter of now deburring all this. You can use a grinder or a file. I'm just going to use a grinder with a flappy wheel on it, so it's not too harsh taking it all off, and it'll get a nice finish. So let's get on with that. So I'm just going to give it a quick clean now. You can use any degreasing agents really, but I'm just going to use some brake cleaner. So I'm just going to spray that on the rag, give it a wipe around the area, get it all nice and clean, no debris. And then we'll be priming it with some red oxide, the bits that we've all cut out. And once that's dried, we'll be on to the next step. Let's get this done. So I'm just using a bit of red oxide primer now, just to put over any of the bits of this bare metal. So it's going to stop it rusting and stuff. So I mean, a lot of people make this colour match and stuff, but there's really no need. You're not going to be seeing this bit from the inside or the outside. It's literally just a matter of making sure that the metal is protected from rust. So we are back inside the van now. The primer's gone off, it's all dried, and now it's a matter of putting in this edge protection strip around the new opening. It's literally as simple as pushing it over, working your way around, cutting it to length, and then it's a matter of priming the window and then getting the adhesive on and then getting it stuck on, and then we're job done. But as you can tell now, it's gone dark. It's 4:30. It's November. We're struggling with lights, so. But I mean, you know, it's got to get done. Here we are, back under the trusty tarp. As you can see, this window's done. We finished that last night, but unfortunately, we did have some technical issues. Microphones had run out of charge, so I've been waffling away. None of it was getting picked up whatsoever, and it was pitch black. We only managed to start actually fitting the window at 4:30 yesterday afternoon. So by that time, we were out here with spotlights on. I'll show you a couple of little clips of that, but it was a nightmare, and it'd be rubbish to film, especially for me to try and explain to you guys how to be doing the job. So today should be a lot quicker. Although I'm on my own, I've experienced doing it now. I've found probably some quicker methods of doing, which I'll share. And this window should be in, I'm hoping, by lunchtime. So we'll catch up in a moment. Jesus. So that's out. I'm now essentially going to skip a phase. So the phase yesterday where I rough cut through and then, you know, whipped out a big piece and then did all the measurements and that sort of stuff. it's the same window but in reverse, so I know exactly what I'm going to be doing now. So I'm going to skip that stage and I'm going to jump straight to drilling all across around this panel, doing the dot to dots, getting the jigsaw from the outside, whipping it off, and that should shave some time. Fantastic. Here's Johnny. So that's all primed, ready to go. Whilst that's drying, I'm going to get the window glass in here, and then I'm going to get that primed, ready to go. So first thing you want to do, obviously lay your glass down on something soft so it's not going to scratch. Get yourself the glass primer wipes, and that's just if there is any grease or even like, you know, off your fingers once you're moving it around and stuff, if there's anything on the glass whatsoever, it's just like a little alcohol wipe. So get all that off, and then once we've done that and it's dried, put the primer on. Right, that has dried rapid. I'm talking like 30 seconds, and it's good to prime. So get this little tub of primer, get this massive earbud, the BFG's earbud, and then just give it a dip and give it a lick on here. You want to sort of keep it. By the way, this stuff is very viscous.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence.
Very runny. So just be wary when you're putting it on, not to take it onto the actual glass where you're going to see through it, etc. You don't need much on it, just put a little bit on at a time. Obviously all the areas where it's going to be bonding. With this, with a window, you're as well putting it everywhere on this outside area, because when the adhesive squishes behind the window onto the, you know, between this and the van, you don't know exactly how far the adhesive's squashed. So you might as well stick it everywhere, because then you guarantee then that every patch the adhesive's touching has been primed. So this is where we left it yesterday on this door. It's all been primed, ready to go, and now it's just a matter of fitting this edge protector trim. Dead easy job. It is literally just a matter of pushing it on, working your way all the way around the window, cutting it off, and it's going to fit beautifully. A little snip, snip, snipperoo. Ooh, yeah, side cutters. And then nice. Great success. So window is primed and ready. Just a matter of getting the back of this primed. So same stuff, BFG's earbud and the black primer. I'm just going to wipe around all the areas that it's going to have adhesive on. Now this stuff all over the window, you could go right to the edges and stuff, because, you know, it's not going to be seen. This stuff will be seen. So unless you've got a black van, be careful where you put this, because it's like almost like primer paint. It's going to go everywhere. So I'm going to put it right up against this protective trim all the way around. And for any areas, so with this particular area, obviously on this van, it's different obviously on different vans and stuff, but There's quite a big area here for adhesive. Doesn't necessarily need it, but with this being like my first time fitting windows, I may have gone a little bit overboard, but I'm happier to have put too much adhesive on than not enough. So I'm going to put it on everywhere. So it'll be one seam right round this, and then around this area too. Let's get on with it. Sweet, so that's all done. We're just going to give it like 15-20 minutes to let it all dry off. I'll just come out and check it then. It's pretty cold today, so I'm imagining it's going to take a bit longer than expected to dry. So once that's done, we will be sticking this master bond around all the edges that we want it sticking to, and then getting the window latched on. Let's go. First off, apologies if the audio is a little bit different for this bit. Some minor technical difficulties in terms of me knocking the camera over and breaking the microphone receiver. But that does not stop us. We're going to get this window fitted right now. So this is all prepped and done. Window's ready to go. It's got the suction pads on it ready. So it's just a matter of getting the adhesive on and getting it stuck. So that's the adhesive on. One thing I will say is that to warm up, so if you're doing it in cold conditions, make sure the adhesive's warmed up. So I've had it in the sink for 10-15 minutes in like warm water to get it warmed up, but it's been out here again for 5 minutes before I started going again, so it's given it a chance to cool down, and it makes it really, really thick.
My tongue, Greenwich.
Thick, so that's quite difficult to put on, as you can probably tell. So, but anyway, it's on. Window's going on right now. So that was it, done. Both the windows fitted. Gonna leave that tape on now. Take the suction cups off. Leave that tape on 24 hours. The adhesive does go off within an hour, it says, but I'm in no rush. I'm not going to move it. So job complete. And there we have it. 2 windows fitted to the rear of the van. If you've enjoyed this video, remember to like and subscribe for more camper conversion content. Bosh.